Hello again, many thanks for choosing us. Definite timelines have been given by government on when the first consignment of fuel under the gold for oil deal will arrive on the shores of the country. Deputy Energy Minister Andre Japamesa on the AM show with my colleague Benjamin Akatbo says once the cheaper fuel arrives in January, prices will begin to go down. Vice President Dr. Balmi announced a deal in November to tackle the country's dwindling foreign exchange reserves and also to address the rising prices of petroleum products. He was hopeful that the deal will take off in March 2023. But after several engagements, Mr. Japamesa is confident the deal will take off in January.
Okay. And indeed, His Excellency the President only last week mentioned as part of the conversations that have led to the decline of the dollar, the gold for oil program that we've announced on the 10th, 11th, 12th of January. The first consignment of finished products is going to arrive in this country as part of the...
Coming from where?
Oh, from the United Arab Emirates.
From the UAE?
Yes.
Between the 10th and the when?
11th, 12th January.
Of January. So let's say between the 10th and the 12th of January.
All the necessary agreements that needed to be executed has been executed.
Is this a G2G,
yeah,
government to government engagement?
G2B, okay.
Okay.
Government to business.
Government to business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and that's G2G conversations have also taken place. The surprise for me is the very moment that an announcement is made, then everybody expects that the next day you see it translated into action. But as with most programs, it's not an event, okay? But you need to communicate so people know exactly what it is that government is doing, okay? To give them comfort that it is not as if your leaders are sleeping on the job, but they are working to roll out a system program that would ensure that there's some complementary, not substitute. It's, for me, it's very significant that we drive home that point, that whatever it is that government is doing is intended to complement what it is that the private sector, who are operators within the space, are providing.
Let's bring in the CEO of the Chamber of Bulk Oil Distribution Companies, Dr. Patrick Owusu Ofori. Mr. Ofori, thank you very much for your time here on Joy News Prime. And so let me start off from the very last point that we heard the Deputy Minister make, that this is complementary to what you are already doing. But earlier he had also indicated it will be good for you to join in order to make sure there's some evenness on the market and further drive down the prices. Is that something that you buy into?
Certainly, I think the government, since the inception of this policy through the sector, minister has been very supportive and collaboratory by involving us to also listen to how best we can all help to operationalize.
Right.
Don't forget, we all pay huge prices at the pump, and any initiative by the state and its agency, we welcome it. But I see as not just complementary, but also it enhances competition. That also brings some form of efficiency, and that also gives us the leverage to negotiate for better premiums with our partners, and then also an opportunity to also cut some form of losses and enhance efficiency and delivery that will ensure that there is.
You mentioned your partners. Are they on board as far as this program is concerned? Do you have enough information to share with them, and what has been the response?
Yes, about I can confirm that at least about 3 IOTCs have shown interest through us. Some are already at an advanced stage with government through this program, and then they also welcome us. They can also help us to also land products in as much as we are willing to also do business with them.
Right.
So that, to us, I think it's a welcome news, and it will bring better and a cleaner competition within the space.
Right. Thank you very much. We'll see how this pans out. We'll have a conversation in January when this begins to roll out. That's Dr. Patrick Ofori. He's president of the bulk oil distribution companies. But this is what the CEO of the Ghana Chamber of Mines, Dr. Suleiman Akone, said when we first heard the news from government when the deal was announced. This was his comments. Listen.
What we know officially is a program government called Domestic Gold Purchase Program, and we have been engaging with governments since last year when the program was launched. And this year, member companies, together with the Chamber, have engaged with the Bank of Ghana and our sector ministry. And we have a situation where member companies have agreed how much they're going to sell to the Bank of Ghana for this year. 125,000 ounces. This started in September, so between September of this year and end of year, that is the target. That's the commitment of member companies of the Chamber to actually sell to the Bank of Ghana. So that is the arrangement we know about. Of course, the other leg has to do with our commitments for next year. And in a letter to the Chamber of Mines, for the benefit of our member companies, we had two targets. The first target was for 2022, and then the second target for 2023. And now in that target, you had 600,000 ounces, which represents about 20% of the production of the large-scale mining companies for the year 2021. As we speak, we have not had specific engagements on the Gold for Oil program.